It's the Game of the MTGO Show.
Yeah, for folks that haven't seen this deck before, the idea is that Planar Nexus is a locus for Cloudpost, and it's all of the Tron by itself for Urza's Tower. So it's just very easy to get 4 mana on turn 2 for the 1 ring, that sort of thing. This hand's pretty medium. Like, we don't actually want Emrakul in the opener. But we do like seeing these cards. I do not mind seeing 2 copies of Once Upon a Time. Totally fine card to cast. So we could pay for that Daze with Spirit Guide. I don't think I want to, though. I think I'm fine just letting them counter that. And now we have to decide whether we want to play out Cloudpost here. Or cast Once Upon a Time, right? Because we could cast Once Upon a Time. The Planar Nexus means if I find a Mycospawn, I'll be able to kick it next turn. Because we can play this other Planar Nexus from hand, pitch Spirit Guide, and get up to 6 mana. Almost want to crack the Bauble there. So it's like typically very tempting to double Wasteland the opponent. I think in this spot we have to play a little different. Just snap has another Wasteland. Yeah, fair enough. So Maze of Ith would have been a lot better than the Glacial Chasm there. Would have had 1 more mana. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to draw for the turn, crack my Bauble, and concede. I might draw a Boseiju, in which case this chump's pretty bad. Oh, they can't daze me. They can't daze me. When I play Planar Nexus there, I should play Cloudpost. That could be like a fucking game-losing play right there. Because next turn, the Cloudpost will be tapping for 3. It's the difference between like 10 mana versus 5, right? Loosey-goosey. Vexing Bauble earning its earning its keep here. Third Wasteland. We got Wasteland number 3. I think that's going to lock it up for the opponent here. I have a few more outs if I played the Cloudpost last turn. Disruptor Flute right on time. Yeah, Needle's so much more castable than Flute if we're like trying to play around triple Wasteland draws. Only shows 2 Wastelands here. Oh, because I exiled 1. That's right, that's right. It it like almost works, right? And gain 4, and then they 12 me to 2, and then the One Ring kills me. Well, hold on. The thing is, we could find crop rotation. We did not find crop rotation. We did find another One Ring, though. Close. Close to having something. Oh, shit. I forgot I switched over to Swords of Plowshares. That's so much better post-board. And then I'm not sure if I want these Force of Vigors. The issue with Force of Vigor is the Vexing Baubles, right? But maybe that doesn't matter so much. Fugal94 with the 17 months saying, hey, Mr. Caleb, I usually watch YouTube VODs at 1 1/4. Could you please talk and play 25% faster to make me feel more comfortable? God bless. Yeah, I'll do my best, Fugal. Yeah, so I don't actually like Glacial Chasm against the Wasteland deck. I think I'm just going to throw a Wasteland in here. Wait, why is it at 27 lands? Shouldn't be at 26. I went up to 27 to play the Glacial Fortress, but then I just cut 2 for 1. Did I miscount earlier? Is 27, so -2 + 1 should be 26, right? Oh, I brought in the planes. That's right. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just have the single Wasteland in then. Oh man, is this card just insane against it as well? It is. Kind of want more flute action. Maybe I'll do this. Hand might be bad. No green mana, only 2 lands. Could certainly see this hand being bad. How much worse is this Disruptor Flute than just like a Pithing Needle? I mean, I like that Disruptor Flute's actually good against combo opponents. But it's kind of a bummer, like, how much worse it is versus, like, actual Wasteland. Makes me, like, not even want to play it here. Ugly. Opponent salivating over there. 26 land deck missing land drops, huh? Yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the worst of us? No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that happens. Yeah, I almost played Disruptor Flute this turn. Naming Dreadnought. Stony Silence. Interesting. So that'll turn off One Ring. Does that make me want to crack Bauble? I'm going to crack Bauble. Fuck it. No activating the abilities of that Dreadnought now. If I get dazed after cracking my second Vexing Bauble, I'm going to feel real sad. I'm going to feel like a real fucking idiot. Starting to look like we might do something this game. Waiting for Didgeridoo. No Stifle Plox! God damn it. I said Plox, though. If the Mycospawn had resolved, if the trigger had resolved, I would have gotten a tower. And then the tower would have played out the Disruptor Flute named Wasteland. And then I would have had quite a bit of mana available next turn, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Would have been getting pretty close to Ulamog. Yeah, not surprised by the redundant Doorkeeper here. I think I'm playing this Exploration. I don't see it doing much for a long time, right? Now that Stony Silence down. Usually you're drawing a bunch of cards with the One Ring, and then, like, Exploration's kind of insane. Could just hold up Swords, I guess. You think it's interesting that the Tron pieces aren't worth playing just in Ancient Tombs? I mean, you can actually play Ancient Tomb in this format. Probably play my first one of those before I start. Eight mana here. 8 mana's not bad. With an Ulamog in my hand. How goes the postings? The first match. Oh, that's a good point. I can fix the tracker. Yeah, someone mentioned the tracker last league, but I forgot to fix it. Pitching Brazen Borrower. I don't mind seeing Brazen Borrower go. So I'm gonna play this One Ring. Interesting, okay. I have to decide whether I want a second Exploration or my Sowing here. I think it's gonna be Exploration. Yeah, this Stoning Silence shutting off One Ring. Pretty good. Huge difference this game if we get to just start drawing cards, right? Oh, it doesn't trigger. I don't get the protection. That was like the whole reason I was playing it. It wouldn't have even done anything last turn. That's funny. Yeah, once again, we don't really want Emrakul in the opener. This Eye of Ugin isn't completely dead. Because it'll let us play Sowing Mycospawn on turn 3. Amulet's very interesting. Are we facing a modern deck here? We should have this Exploration last turn, because then I could be like, you know, play my Mycospawn this turn. Maybe Mycospawn and One Ring, right? As is, I'm just a bit slow now. triple amulet's pretty good. I have a feeling Force of Vigor is going to be good in this matchup. Should probably be some kind of a win, right, with triple amulet here. Emrakul gives another prime time. The Bauble stops Summoner's Pact, but my opponent doesn't currently need a Summoner's Pact, right? They've got a... I don't think a lack of prime time is my opponent's current issue, right? And then both prime times can be gifted haste. Get a fucking fourth Amulet of Vigor. So that is getting Boseiju to Boseiju one of my cards here. Oh my god. So with 4 copies of Amulet of Vigor, the Oran Reef is going to be lethal. That's hilarious. We're just dead to Oran Reef. I don't think I've ever seen this card lethal someone from prime time before. That's hilarious. I was like, why would that 4th Amulet trigger matter? What's going on there? Definitely bringing in Wasteland. You feel like you want swords, but I feel like I'm not going to have room for that. I'm also not sure about this Glacial Chasm. Oh, the baubles come out. Right. That gives me a little bit of space. Yeah, I could play Disruptor Flute on prime time. I don't know if denying the opponent 3 mana is very useful, though. Yeah, I'll probably just play a couple swords. They did walk at us menacingly, and we did super die. That is accurate. Yeah, what we really want to do post-board is kick a fast Mycospawn, like turn 2 or 3. Would be ideal. Hand's kind of dog shit, right? I'm keeping off of the Force of Vigor, but like, maybe I'm crop rotationing here. Go get Cloudpost. And then you're just playing a turn 3 One Ring. It's like not that exciting, right? I fucking guess. Maybe I was just supposed to play the Yavimaya here and hardcast the Force of Vigor. Oh no, I had to play the Glimmerpost to get to 4 mana, right? Planar Nexus is every non-basic land type. So it's a Cloudpost, it's every Tron land. Those are the 2 that matter here. I can also filter for colors. How good would a green card for this Force of Vigor be here, Yeah, I thought it was correct to crop rotation for the One Ring, but could see regretting that. Hopefully this matchup's all about who has One Ring advantage. Sure. Love playing a pile of basics in this deck. Could pitch cast the Once Upon a Time. I don't think I want to, though. Pitch cast the Force of Vigor, that is. There's like not much else to do with my mana this turn. A little crop rotation mirror here. Oh, then the guard can copy the Vigor. Little punish for letting them untap there, That's a nice crop rotation. Well, let's see if we can find another Force of Vigor. Yeah, Mycospawn's a hell of a card, Feels like we need Force of Vigor to like buy a turn, and then the Mycospawns can come down. I'm actually gonna cut a Swords for a Veil of Summer. Obviously, Veil of Summer is not doing anything in this matchup, but it is pitching to Force of Vigor, right? And you can hard cast Force of Vigor sometimes, but it sure is nice to pitch cast. They get to crop on my turn, but then they wouldn't have had the mana to activate the Mycospawn. Does that make sense? You're right, Talos. Every time I hear, I'm like, hot damn, this is a sweet album. Yeah, I think I'm the only person playing Exploration in this deck, but I have liked it. I don't know if I'm supposed to mulligan towards Force of Vigor. The thing is, like, Mycospawn's also an important card. This hand really gets to pop off if we get a Planar Nexus, We could literally kick Sowing Mycospawn on turn 2 if we were at Planar Nexus here. We did not. So we have 5 mana available. Were there other people playing in Place of Exploration? A few different things. Some people have a Tabernacle in the deck. Some people have a full 4 Disruptor Flutes. There's a few different things going on. I've seen main deck Swords of Plowshares in some lists. There's Summer Bloom. Opponent has essentially infinite mana over there. Yeah, a lot of lists play 4 Karn. I didn't like it. I didn't like it in any of the key matchups. I wonder if Mycospawning for a Wasteland and just passing with the Wasteland up would have been sick. Yeah, I think this game came down to me not quite being able to kick Sowing Mycospawn on my turn 2. I was close. Needed a Spirit Guide or a Planar Nexus or a Crop Rotation. Any of those cards would have gotten me there. Yeah, we have One Ring Protection, but they're still gonna, you know, give the Primetime's haste so we can get more lands in play, right? Makes sense. Correct, Meat Locker, yeah. I was hoping to draw Force of Vigor. I guess you're right in this with my draw. It might have gotten me there to the kick on turn 2 though. Might have been wrong on my part. Game-endingly wrong. Opponent's getting multiple Wastelands handy. Seems bad for me. Yeah, probably more likely to rip the land, though, Hippo. I think 2 explorations on turn 1 was correct. Easy to say that with hindsight, but probably easy if I'd thought about it more at the time as well. Is this a Vesuva? It is. Hard to concede when you got a One Ring handy. It's also interesting seeing how the red-faced menace is, you know, piloting all this. Seems like they've played their deck a lot, Kind of fun to watch. Yeah, I think it was correct to play out the second exploration Bald Orange. For sure. You're a turn late, Force of Vigor. A turn late here. Very sad this isn't getting kicked. I am trying the White Splash, yeah. I got, I lost that Moon card a few times. The Merfolk Moon thing. And I had Dismembers, but they're a little awkward in some of the matchups where I really wanted it. Possible I'm supposed to chill on that Force of Vigor until, in case we see like a needle on One Ring. They're gonna Boseiju me again? I wonder how many Boseijus are in that deck. I mean, I guess Besieguing the Glacial Chasm kind of fucks me, This is twice that the Glacial Chasm was just, like, not good enough in the spot where you'd like to see it. You're supposed to be tutoring up Eye of Ugin here. He's up Hizaram. I might lose this game because I cut the Karakas. It's unlikely, but technically possible, right? Because with Karakas, you can Emrakul loop, and I can see that being necessary. As is, I think we need to Emrakul, and then on the extra turn, play a third One Ring. Or maybe it would need to be fourth. We'll see. We'll see what we draw. The good news is, I think my opponent has run out of Boseijus. The Karakas is in the sideboard. I cut it for the basic plains dinghy, which I'm pretty happy to have. Opponent did Boseiju the crap out of me this game. These were not good cards. If you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell, these were not very good. Yeah, it's pretty hard to go through half your deck and not find a single Kozilek's command, but it happened. Certainly happened. They say it's a bit on the slow side, but we don't know what the matchup is. In turn 1, Vexing Bauble is getting a lot of different matchups. And we have crop rotation, right? So we can go turn 1 Vexing Bauble and then turn 2 crop rotation, potentially even to break a Wasteland. And then they can't force the crop rotation. What's on a Mold of 5 over there? Your grief has been countered, friend. They're gonna reanimate. Yeah, fair enough. If I'm the opponent, I'm probably taking this crop rotation. GG's, Red-Faced Menace, well played. Yeah, I think I had a path to victory that last game. If I could have found like Kozilek's command or something. Do some combination of Emrakul plus One Ring, you know. But yeah, well played. You made that deck look very good. Well, we can just turn to a One Ring now. Real interesting stuff. I wonder if my opponent's regretting not taking the crop rotation. Do you need to play basics? I was considering besiegeing them there. Are they some, like, variety of oops all spells? I don't really know what they're doing. We just saw Agadeem's Grief. What did pitch to the Grief? Does anybody remember? You think they were oops? What if they're like Necro or something, right? I guess they wouldn't be Necro. Yeah, I didn't see what they pitched either. I feel like I want the flutes. I feel like I want swords in here, but I think I'm just going to jam this. Wall of Denial versus Frog? That's hilarious. Opponent keeping 7 this time. I guess we'll see if they're on oops. Are you just dumb, or is it difficult to download a digital witchcraft album? I've got their stuff on vinyl, which makes me think that it should be they should be on Bandcamp, right? That's a different band. Ooh. They got badges for Legend. I just found their Not a big fan of Apple Music. Yeah, me neither. It appears we have been oops to friends. Pact of Negation. Unmask. Therapy, sure. It is reanimate passes Oracle from here. Why not want? Hey, the last 23. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to the 38 months. If I had to blind name with Flute, I'd probably name the one with the activated ability, Hey, Brother Teresa, thanks for 66 months. Only 600 more months to go. God, we're so close. Yeah, so this hand's close. I mean, we have crop rotation for Bog here, but that just, I don't think that beats their average hand, like at all. I think we really want the counter if it costs 1 or less, right? Or costs 0. This hand can play a Disruptor Flute on turn 1. We kind of have to decide if that's good enough. I feel like it's not. Like, Bauble's really good, right? I think Bauble's worth mulling too. We're only on 6 cards right now. It'd be helpful if, like, we could actually cast the command on 2, because it could be Graveyard Hate. What would I name with Flute? I would name the creature that they activate to deck themselves. They've got 2. I don't know. Maybe you could name Dread Return, huh? Just force them to have 3 mana at the end of their combo. Yeah, I don't hate a Dread Return name. Actually, is that funny? Should I do that? Try it out here. I think I'm supposed to moldify for Vexing Bauble. But I really want to Disruptor Flute on Dread Return and see if that does anything. Yeah, naming Dread Return might be a sketch because they are playing Reanimate. They can just, like, 1 mana cast Reanimate with some draws. Just the fucking... just the prey. Oh, they're not cracking because the Dread Return's no good. I see. With the Vexing Bauble down. They need to be able to crack and then also play Reanimate. Might get punished for 1 ringing here instead of holding up command. I mean, if they very specifically hit this turn, then kudos to them, right? Entombing Narcomoeba. Not sure I understand the entomb. Oh, maybe they're usually entombing for some, like the Undercity Informer itself. Maybe that's usually what they're doing. Give them another way to combo. pretty good. I suppose we start doing the thing here, huh? Yeah, this Mycospawn thing goes and finds us the tutor thing, and I think we're just in a good shape. Yeah, no green mana here is iffy. I do like the turn 1 Vexing Bauble though, as we've seen. The Gen Con tournament, the Secret Lair series, was all single limb. And the funny thing about single limb is that if you're like drawn going into game 3, it becomes sudden death. So like whoever first changes the life total gets to win. So like mulliganing to Glimmerpost would have been a funny way to have a tiebreaker. I never had a match that was even close to going to time, but this being stage, looks like we're facing off regular lands here, which I did beat with this deck in the Secret Lair series. We had a really epic game where I had to beat several Dark Depths tokens with a combination of Ulamog triggers and Emrakul annihilations and Karakas and stuff. It was pretty wild overall. Oh, this isn't lands, huh? Not they're playing Urborg. Sure. So I guess we're facing Turbo Depths, huh? If they're playing Urborg in Thespian stage. Do we consider letting them go off? We don't really have control over that Veldorage because we had Vexing Bauble in play, preventing them from going off. You're talking about the last match. We can't just like let them go. Like they could have gone off at any point, right? They had the mana, they had the creature that sacks to deck themselves. I was killing their creatures so I didn't die to damage. I was. I wonder if I'm supposed to crack this Bauble. They do tend to play some free spells, sometimes to protect the 2020. Could kind of use some green mana over here though, huh? Like a Spirit Guide would be a really nice draw. It would let me Mycospawn and then also play Vesuva out. I have seen Deadpool and Wolverine. I liked it a little bit better than the first two. There were some cool action scenes. I thought the cameos were fun. The first act drags like shit though. His old talking to the camera bits getting a little old. Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna name Vexing Bauble. I would have been happy if they did it. I've not played Storm and Legacy in a while. I think that this would be a rough time to be playing Storm. The opening sequence is great. Yeah, the opening sequence is decent. For sure. Yeah, you can exclude that from my saying that the first act drags if you like. Really need to be able to play a Mycospawn here. Oh, that card's great. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking about with the Vexing Bauble. Hopefully they don't have another copy, because we got a command here. Awesome. This seems like a hard game to lose now, huh? Why did I choose to draw cards instead of exile from the yard? If I find another Elvish Spirit Guide there, if they have another Not of This World, but I find another Elvish Spirit Guide off the Kozilek's command, then I could play a Mycospawn and go get another Glimmerpost and live for a turn, or Glacial Chasm, right? I would have more outs by drawing cards than just nuking their graveyard, because we don't necessarily know that our card's going to resolve, right? Yeah, good question. I think I'm gonna try like this. Oh yeah, they're not a typical lands deck. They're a all in sort of make it 2020 as quickly as possible and protect it sort of deck. But they have played Life from the Loam before. Like, it wouldn't be a crazy card for them to have. Nothing wrong with thinking about their graveyard. Man, Legacy's so sweet. Bunch of cool shit going down. I think Bauble only hitting Not of This World is not enough. And they have Mox Diamonds, but the Mox Diamond they'd be playing out on turn 1, right? I'm actually not sure if I like Veil of Summer or not. But I don't really like these other cards. I'm going to submit. I'm also going to go pee really quick. Just really fast. All right. Not the most amazing hand. We've got a couple things, right? A couple things. I need to take a break after this. After this match, and go check on my dinner. I got a beef roast in the slow cooker, and it's fucking huge. It barely fits in the slow cooker. I wonder if I'm going to regret firing the flute off with Spirit Guide. What I'm making Mycospawn cost 3 more. Interesting. Potatoes, carrots, and celery in. So there's potatoes, carrots, tomato, broccoli, collard greens, pearl onions sliced up. And I think that's it for veggies. And then there's a lot of herbs in there. Rosemary, some fresh parsley from the garden. I actually went out to collect the fresh parsley, right? And I saw that there was like weeds in the herb garden, so I spent a little bit of time pulling them out. And then I realized that I'd pulled out some of my basil, and I felt like a dumbass. I planted 4 different kinds of basil in there, so like it doesn't all look the same. So then I'm like staring at those basil plants, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm fucking making pesto today. Let's go. Sounds like barley would upside in there. Oh yeah, barley would go well. Little bit of flour to thicken it up. Happens every time. Love it. You love pesto? I also love pesto. It was like kind of a surprise, so I didn't like have everything that I really wanted. I had like a mixed nuts jar, and so I used like half walnuts, half cashews. And I actually like cashews in pesto a lot. even more than pine nuts. But the walnuts tasted kind of strong. Kind of had the same issue with the walnuts that I had with pistachio when I tried them. Cashew still undefeated. Kind of regretting not playing out the eye here. Your fiance once tried to make pesto with almonds instead of pine nuts. Yeah, I would never try almonds. I'm not high on almonds, and that's another nut with like a very strong flavor, right? I think you want a really soft flavor for pesto. Like you're getting a little subtlety in there, but you don't want to like override the basil, right? Yeah, I like pine nuts fine. The real issue with them is that they're so fucking expensive, right? Comparatively. So Ulamog's tempting here, but doesn't quite work, right? Because they just sack the Hexmage in response. So I think we just got to play this Glacial Chasm, which is a bit of a bummer because we're losing one of our towers, but so it goes, right? Streaming is indeed my primary source of income, yeah. Yeah, I've been streaming full time since 2016. It's been a while. I keep getting chat message notifications, but I can't. My chat's actually turned off. This is only 9 mana towards Ulamog. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm just gonna Eye of Ugin and pass, I think. Just gotta dodge a Thoughtseize here. Glacial Chasm's in the main. I have trophied with this deck that didn't have a Glacial Chasm, but I'm trying it out this time. So far, my feelings are still mixed. Main deck Karakas and Glacial Chasm. I mean, it's the fucking deck. That's the fucking deck. GG's, though.